Good evening, guys, and a hearty welcome from all of you here at SRA, SAOL, MNR second event of the Vivid IT Touring Car League, and round 3 and 4 from East London. Entries has climbed up to 20 cars. The guys absolutely giving it their all, and a proper touring car event. I mean, the guys giving it their all, and some old racers coming out of their shells and showing they are quite quick on circuit racing. A welcome return, personally, from my side to George Le Roux, having been on a bit of a break, coming back in the white, red and blue BMW Roofer Dish. Another quick driver returning to the track, Sean Olivier from Rebel Sim Racing, absolutely superb driver, very, very quick. And then 2 surprises in my opinion, 3 actually, and that is the cars of Kean Elwood in a Honda from SAOL, as well as Martin Jacobs in a BMW, oval driver, very, very quick, and also Mark the Toy in a Subaru. Those are the 3 guys to look out for, taking on these quick drivers from the rest of the field in names of Sean Olivier and George Le Roux. Melvin Gous trying to hang in there, but not quite on pace there. And also a massive welcome to Toni Rust, well-known driver of SRA, Michael Rust. His daughter has decided to bully him out of his rig, and she's taken his spot on Sunday races with SRA in the Vivid IT League, and she will be driving a Honda, and should be quite interesting to watch. Well, not going to delay you guys. The guys already up on grid and in pole position, as we did expect from the beginning, is George Le Roux, and I do believe next to him he's got Martin Jacobs from SAOL, an oval driver in another BMW, and then Sean Olivier in 3rd place in yet another BMW. So it's a full top 3 for the BMWs, and then in 4th place, Mark du Toit, followed by Melvin Gous. Kean Elwood in the first front-wheel drive in only 6th place, and then Wayne Mitten coming back to the grid in almost more than a month, and showing he's still got the pace, not far off. And then another oval driver, Christo Mankis, followed by yet another oval driver, Ryan Botha, and then our first lady driver, Chantal de Jager, taking 10th place. Marcus Vryson in 11th, Adrian Gous in 12th, Toni Rust, her first ever league race, in 13th. Martin Mankis, well known on the SAOL group, in 14th. Morne Fouche coming back to sim racing in absence of almost more than a year, in a Toyota Corolla, struggling with his pedals, but he's here, he's in 15th place. And then Tian Everson, a new guy joining the SRA group, and driving a Honda Civic in 16th place. So guys, we're going to cross over the grid. We're looking at the hands of George Le Roux, the capable hands, and it should be quite an interesting event starting from here. Molly, if you stream live.
Ja, nog nie jong as op die Touring Car League page.
Die competitie komt neer, nee?
Yes.
So the guys just got to sort the admin in the background here. We had some issues with sound, so just let me know of the sound. I'm going to put on the chat, and I've got Chantal in here with me to check the sound and just make sure we've got the sound. You see the George Le Roux revving up there. We're going to stick with this view. It's quite a close view to get the sponsors out there, the team names, and Jeff quite slow at the start. And that was actually, guys, we had a bit of a mishap here. That was a jump start there by Martin Jacobs, and in the background there you see a green Astro. That's the car of Martin Mankis, and George Le Roux immediately taking the lead there. And a massive incident in the background there. You can see Christo Mankis going off. The top 3 cars are through it, but a massive accident in the back. Adrian Gous going off there, as does Marco Knudsen, and well, quite a lot of guys. Unfortunately, a bit of tap there between Melvin Gous and Christo Mankis, and it all ended up in tears for most of the guys. But the top 5 now pushing it as hard as they possibly can, and look at this Mark du Toit there, side by side with, I do believe, you look at the colours of the car, they are teammates, Mark Twain and Kieran Aylward there. Side, and Mark goes to the grass. Mark cuts it wide, he's got to go run. No, he just misses Kieran there. And in the background there, look at Wayne Mitten. Wayne Mitten has taken the benefit of it, as I said, Wayne not having been, and Wayne goes off track. So that allows Melvin Gous to come back. Melvin Gous having it off with Christian Mankies. Managed to get through that field, and Wayne Mitten drops back to, I think that is 6th place. But in the lead, we have a flying George Le Roux. He's putting on pole, but he might come under pressure from Sean Ulifi. Sean Ulifi still in a stock setup here, or not a stock setup, sorry for that, in a stock livery. And he's got to be driving his heart out trying to catch up to Jeff. Jeff in a league of his own in this BMW, and Sean getting to grips with the car. First time out, I do believe, in this car. And he's not holding back, and he's not falling too far back. But look at this, guys, in the background there, 4th place, and in 3rd place, you see Kieran Aylward there lifting up the rear wheel, and he's being chased hard there by Mark the Two in 4th place. Melvin Gous there in 5th place, trying to catch up, and a fantastic showing there by Wayne Mitten. So that's your top 6 at the moment. We're going to try and have a look out at the rest of the field, and I think the first one I'm going to go to, for me, it's a very, very special moment here. We see there Toni Rust, only, I think, Molly helped me here, 14 or 15 years old.
She's 14.
14, getting into her father's rig, telling him he's done some racing. He can enjoy the rallies, but she's doing the circuit racing now. And she's being chased there by Marcus Frazen. And her first ever league race here with SRA, currently running just ahead of her mother. Unfortunately, Chantel, one of our regular racers, struggling a bit with the pedals. But interesting to see Toni ahead of her mother, and Chantel is not going to be happy with that, that's for sure. As they go late in the brakes there, bit of curb popping there, but putting it to the limit there. Just going through the field there, we can see, I think Adrian Gous had a massive incident into the first corner. Yes, he's retired from the race. Sean Ulifi, and it does seem that George Le Roux is now pulling away ever so slightly from Sean Ulifi. And in the background there, we see Mark de Toey now trying to catch up to Kieran Aylward. So a lot happening here. One of the quick drivers out here, Martin Jacobs, leaving the pits now. He had a bit of a mishap in that first corner incident. He's absolutely super fast, a fantastic driver, and I've seen him on track and watched him, and his times are right up there. He's going to be a force to reckon with the rest of the league. I think he's just basically putting the laps down, getting used to the car, and his first time out. You can see the livery on the car, still very, very basic, just a test livery. But look out for this man, number 790, Martin Jacobs. Is going to be a force to be reckoned with, and he is going to be in the top 5 for the fight of the league for sure, no doubt about it. And unfortunately there, Morne Fouche, also another driver returning to the grid, having issues with his pedals, having pulled off the track. That's what we would call in sim racing mechanical failure, and he had it big time. But back to the racing there, Wayne Mitten just hanging in there, got to get back into the groove after having not been racing for about a month or so. And also in a completely new car, he's used to the Ford Focus. He's moved over for this round, or this championship actually, into a Honda, and he admitted afterwards that he's not too comfortable with the setup yet, so it's going to be very interesting to watch. Locks up the rear wheel there, and you can see that he's really pushing it, but trying to get used to the car. So he's on a very quick track. We thought it might favour the rear wheel drive, and at the moment it does so. If you see George Le Roux there in the lead, absolutely flying. He is surely pulling away from Sean Ulifi, without a doubt. Ulifi there in 2nd place, trying to keep up, and at the moment we have got our man Jeff here just way too fast for Sean to keep up. And interesting, look at this, that is a massive dice building up here for 3rd place, and in 3rd place we have Kieran Aylward, followed by Mark de Toey in the colourful Subaru, and then we have Melvin Gous in the bit through Subaru right behind them. So this is a battle for 3rd place, and the guys are not hanging back, they are absolutely pushing it to the limit. The Honda obviously quite fast in the straight. It doesn't seem like Mark can make up any ground on him. We're going to try and stick with this, guys, and see what happens here. Just going to switch on my mic again. If you just lost me there, sorry guys. I've got a mic that switches off on its own. Unfortunately, no live timings, as this is a live stream of the event that was run yesterday. But we will keep you in touch of what's happening. And another interesting battle. And look at this, Melvin Gous is now caught up right to the rear of Mark du Toit. So Mark not too confident yet into the hairpin on the brakes. And this is allowing Melvin Gous to catch right up to him. And Mark in the meantime is catching up to Kian. And Kian there running over the curve. Kian Elwood coming under pressure now from Mark du Toit. So let's see if Mark du Toit can make any kind of impact on him. In the front we can see George Le Roux running away, followed by Sean Olivier. But this is a massively close dice at the moment. And sorry for that. You can see Mark du Toit there right up on the rear bumper of Kian Elwood, and Melvin Gous now trying to get the run there, but Mark makes a massive dive out of it, and he's on the rear bumper of Kian Elwood. Can Kian hang on to this? What's going to happen here? Kian coming under pressure from the Subaru. Mark in his slip. Will he be able to pass him? Melvin's going to go for a move. Can he pull it off? Mark runs wide. Melvin goes into the inside of Mark du Toit. Mark du Toit lets him pass, and Melvin has got his eyes set on Kian Elwood here, and Mark du Toit is not going to hang back. He's going to try and fight back here. This is a battle for third place as they come down to the hairpin. Who's going to be latest on the break? Melvin Gous is very late in the brakes there, as is Mark du Toit. The Honda we've seen is not too fond of this corner, especially this part of track, and that is going to allow Melvin Gous to catch right up to Kian Elwood. What's going to happen here? You see the foreground there, George Le Roux running away, followed by Sean Olivier. Later on the brakes there is they go through the S's. And Melvin touches the grass. I'm not sure if there was impact there, but you can see Melvin Gous spinning off. That's going to cost him a lot of time. He has just lost it. And you can see that is going to allow Kian Elwood to pull away there. Mark du Toit now. They're back into third place. Melvin having lost a lot of ground. Will Wayne Mitten be able to, and I'm still with the Wayne Mitten. Yes, Wayne Mitten has managed to also make up a place. He has passed the Subaru of Melvin Gous that spun off. So Wayne Mitten now moves into fourth place, and up ahead we can see a massive dice unfolding between these two other guys side by side there. Richard Elwood, Kian Elwood and Mark du Toit having a battle at the moment. I think Mark just lost traction ever so slightly, so we're going to go through the field at the moment. We see Toni Rust there all on her own, just trying to catch up ahead. I do believe we see the car of Chantal. Yes, Chantal de Jager, Marcus Vrysen side by side there as they go down the main straight. We've got Tian Everson in there, as well as Martin Makers just up ahead, but the guys are side by side there. We've got Tian Everson and Marcus Vrysen side by side, having a massive battle. Chantal putting her nose in there, and there's contact there. Tian turning right into her. That was uncalled for, and Chantal would have expected Tian to back out of it. Unfortunately, Tian not backing out of it, and I'm pretty sure the officials will be having a look at that. That was not something that we would have expected, but Chantal hung onto it very well. Later on the brakes there, going on the inside, hops the curb. You see the focus on two wheels. She loses a lot of ground. Tian repasses it on an undercut. Chantal has got to start the work again, and in the background there we see, I do believe, yes, Christo Mank is now coming under attack from Martin Jacobs, who obviously we saw coming out of the pits having a very, very bad run. Christian not sure whether he wants to go racing or running as he's in the Subaru. But Martin Jacobs, we've seen him in qualifying, we've seen him in practice, is super quick. And again, Christian getting out of the way there, or struggling with the car with setup damage, not sure. But that pink Subaru is not happy. Back to the race here, we see Marco Knudsen there. Unfortunately, I didn't catch that on replay, but Marco Knudsen actually rolled this car after a bit of a... Well, he actually wasn't in the wars, but he was a victim of the wars, and or casualty of war, and he actually rolled the car into the spectator stands and managed to get it out of it. And at the moment just running there to get the laps in. He is a quick driver, but decided to just hang back, get the car to the finish, and he's not going to be happy chappy in that BMW car, looking absolutely superb at the moment. And Chantal de Jager there still chasing down Tian Everson, And up ahead we see Martin Mankey's now being caught up by both these drivers, Tian and Chantel. And then look at this, Toni Rust, her first race ever, youngster of only 14 years old, absolutely flying right behind her mother, Chantel the Jager leading the way. Martin Mankey's there, followed by Tian Everson, and then Chantel the Jager right behind them. And then we see Toni Rust there, not holding back, keeping up with the guys. Martin Jacobs now catching up to this pack and going to try and make his way through them. And he is quite quick and capable, so we might have a look at this. But going to the back of the back to the lead and to the leaders of the field, we have George Le Roux there, absolutely killing it, and he's got this one in the back. You can see Sean Olivier coming there through the hairpin. He's no answer at the moment. Pretty much the pack has spread out quite a bit, and not much happening in the top 5 at the moment. I do believe that in the background there, Melvin is catching up to Wayne Mitten. So Wayne Mitten, that's the closest dice we've got at the moment, apart from the dice between Evans and them. And sorry for that, guys. Throat running a bit dry with all the stalking.
I think most of the people or most of the guys have settled down to the places that they're going to drive in now. So some close driving, some weird battles, some bumps, some bruises.
Yeah, they've got about 7 laps to go still, Chantel, and I think that looking at the current pace, and sorry for that, guys, that's the dogs going bonkers. But look at this, Melvin Gous and Wayne Mitten now, bumper on bumper. Up ahead, you can see Morne Fouche having joined again and then having to retire again. He is really struggling with the Corolla. But can Melvin Gous repass Wayne Mitten here? We saw Melvin spun off earlier and right in the rear bumper there of Wayne Mitten. Wayne running the car and let's breaking through there. That's going to allow the Subaru to come in. Melvin is going for the inside line. Wayne covers the line there. Melvin runs onto the gravel. What's going to happen here? Can he make the pass? He's on the inside there. And Wayne lets him pass. He decides he's not going to go into the walls here. Wayne just having a good time. Fantastic to see Mitten back on track. And up ahead, I just saw, if I do believe that was the car of Aylward, and that is Richard, Kian Aylward. I don't know why I keep calling him Richard, but that is Kian Aylward coming under heaps and heaps of pressure from Mark du Toit there in the exclusive Pistons Subaru.
If I'm not mistaken, Melvin, Kian is also SAOL, the oval guy, but he's also 16 years old, isn't it?
Well, I don't know how old he is, but he is quite quick. And look at that, Mark du Toit, a bit of a bump stop there. Kian is going to, and look at that undercut there, a fantastic move there by these two guys. You can see the old experience coming in. And that is currently the biggest dice, I do believe, on track. We're going to go to the Jager dice and see what's happening there. Chantel the Jager now having been passed by Martin Jacobs. We knew that was bound to happen. Unfortunately, we have also lost Martin Mankey's. Martin Mankey's also having retired with technical difficulties, i.e. he had a massive incident and his car wasn't what it should have been, but he'll be back for race 2. But look at this, Tristan Mankey's now under attack from Toni Rust. So following in the footsteps of her father, 14 years old, and the youngest driver, I do believe, in this league, and probably one of the youngest in sim racing, and chasing down brother of Martin Mankey from SAOL. Oh, and she goes wide. That is not, I know it's a Honda, but keep it off the grass. And you see Tian trying to avoid her there big time, but yeah, I've seen that these Hondas do tend to go to the grass. Well, I can't at this stage really see what's happening on the stream, so if you can assist me there, if there's any issues with sound or anything, just let me know. Of course, we've got it adjusted on the go. We've made some changes to it, and yeah, we're going to go back to the dice between, I do believe, the closest dice. Yes, look at this, Kian Aylward and Mark du Toit, absolutely at it and just going bonkers. This is what you call close racing, guys. back to the dice between. Bit of interference there with the stream, and Keon, they're trying to get, and he hops the curb. That's going to allow the Subaru to get away, but he gets the power down, so he's got his setup dialed in. And in the background there, you can see Melvin, Gous and Wayne Mitten not falling too far back. So if these guys keep on dicing, we might actually see the two of them catch up to this battle here. And this is the battle for third place. As I said earlier, we're going to go to the leaders quick. George Le Roux, absolutely. And I just crossed the path there with them side by side. Sorry for that, guys. Ken over there on the inside of Mark 2. We're going to stick with this one. Jeff Le Roux running away with it. Sean Willifear in second place, but this is the battle for third place, and these two guys are absolutely going at it. Maximum attack. Keon going there for the undercut, and they do get it right. Mark struggling to get the power down the rear wheel drive. You can see the tyres on the rear wheel drive Subaru is starting to go now. That is not a four-wheel drive car, guys. That is a rear wheel drive car, and it seems like Mark is actually starting to struggle now with traction. And Chantal having gone quiet, not sure if she's left us or she's still here, but
I'm still here.
Not talking too much.
Checking the sound.
Well, the sound it does
Not a
seem
big
good
chatter.
from what I can get, and it does seem like Kian has got the upper hand. But look at this, Mark on the inside again. The Subaru just got the edge on the brakes, and then out of the corner the Honda seems to pull away, as well as on the straight. So the Subaru not right up there with pace. But Mark giving it his all, and ever so slightly you can see the two drivers, Melvin, Gous, Wayne Mitten, catching up to these two guys. And this is a massive battle going on. We're going to stick with this one. These guys are giving it their all. They're both from the SAOL Oval Group, and showing their skills on circuit racing and doing a superb job at it as well. I see Martin Mankis, you have just joined us. Martin, welcome here, and yeah, we're just looking at these two guys from your group, and they are absolutely putting up a show here. This is the closest battle we've got on track. As they race, we're just going to run through the field. Melvin Gous there, trying to catch up to these guys, currently in fourth place. Adrian Gous, unfortunately, in the pit after a massive incident, having been caught out. Sean Willifear, currently running in second place, unable to keep up with, you can see Jeff Le Roux up ahead there. And I mean, we haven't covered too much of Jeff, but Jeff is Jeff, and a very likable fellow. He's loud, he laughs, he helps. But once he gets into the seat, Chantal, he absolutely drops the hammer and he flies.
Him and Sean, they are like Speedy Gonzalez.
They are what we would call in sim racing the aliens. And then again, it seems, and Mark has actually passed over, so we're trying to cover the field here, but a lot happening here. So we're just going to run through it quick and see what's happening. Martin Jacobson here, very, very quick driver, as I said, trying to fight his way back, and he's been doing a good job at it, catching up to Christo Mankis here. Christo Mankis in the purple Subaru. Very colourful car there. Not too much logos on there, but looks superb.
Very beautiful livery.
And then look at this. Mother and daughter. Toni Rust leading her mother away. Chantal de Jagen giving her all, and they're trying to catch up to Tian Everson. So another battle going on here. We are going to try and keep up with this one. We've got the massive battle for third place. Into the closing stages, we're going to go back to the battle for third place, and we see again Kian Ower has passed Mark de Toy. So I think at this stage of time, because this is a huge battle ongoing, the pack pretty much sorted themselves, and we're going to stick with this one and see what happens here. And we can see Mark de Toy pushing really, really hard. I do know the Subaru tyres will be completely worn by now. And you can see that out of the corners, there's absolutely no traction. The Honda is pulling away, whereas in the early stages of the race, the Subaru would have the upper hand. And strangely enough, I've seen it in qualifying, and I've also seen it in race one, that Mark, for some reason, has got the Subaru dialed in so he can get out of the corners very, very quick. But I do believe that gives him a bit of understeer. As you can see there, running wide, touching the grass, almost losing it. That's going to cost him some time. That is going to cost him. Is Melvin Gous going to be able to catch up there? That has cost Mark a lot of time. That has put him right in the clutches of Melvin Gous there. So Mark having fallen from the battle for third place now into a battle for fourth place. Melvin there on the outside, he's going to try the undercut, and that's where you're going to see Mark is going to, and Mark again loses it, and he spins around. That is going to allow Wayne Mitten's going to pass him well. So Mark the toy in the last lap has fallen from fourth place, a capable third place, right into fifth place. He is not going to be happy with that. I think he's going to kick himself in the balls if he can reach it. He's not going to be happy, chappy. We saw another close battle here. We see Chantal de Jager there. She has managed to pass Toni Rust, so bring it home, and fantastic job there. As the guys are in their final laps, George Le Roux already in the pit, Sean Olivier in the pit, rest of the field coming out. Toni Rust finishing her first ever league event. Marco Knudsen bringing it home there. Well, quite some distance back. You can see he's really not pushing the car. He's just trying to get it to the end. And I saw the incident, and it was huge. He literally went flying over the spectator wall into the spectator stands. If it was real life, it would have been a disaster. But Potter's pass, 5 cars getting in contact, big mistake. Sorry for that, guys. Well, that, guys, is race 1 done and dusted. I thank you for joining. We are going to cross over for a short break, and we will be back within 5 minutes for race 2, which will see a 6-car reverse grid, and then also a lot of action coming up. And welcome back, guys. Time for race 2. Top 6 inverted. We're going to be having a look from the back of the pack here. And yeah, it is going to be quite interesting this time round. No restarts, no safety car. And the guys will be absolutely pushing it. Glad to see, I think Rhino, just getting to the surname, Rhino Botha, yeah? Or Ryan Botha. Molly, you've got to help me on this one. A lot of new guys here that I've got to learn. And
I call them the M team because all of their names starts with M.
With M. But yeah, in a nicely liveried Subaru that was ever so nicely sponsored to us by Mr. Rian van der Westhuizen from Rebel Sim Racing, saying the skin is up for use, and we will be putting the skin into use, and I want to thank him on here, saying thank you so much. But guys, we're going to go into racing, and 80 minutes plus a lap coming up, and now, as I said, fully reverse grid, top 6, and I think that Wayne Mitten will be starting well. Mark du Toit having lost out, and we've got a view on his wheel again, so we'll see the cars flying away. Unfortunately, at the moment, we're quickly going to go back and see if we can. No, we haven't got much of a better view. We're going to go with Wayne Mitten. Now, it's just interesting enough, if we can see the front wheel drive against the rear wheel drive, it should be quite interesting, because I can promise you it's going to be tricky for Wayne to get off the line quicker than the rear wheel drive cars. Here they're moving up. Let's see what Wayne can pull off here. And immediately you can see he just falls back immediately. So Wayne, having cut his work out, the rear wheel drive cars coming through exceptionally fast.
The
and
first
Mark,
turn's always the scary one.
yeah, that is a tricky one. So far so good through Potters. And and we see Christian Mike is there getting a bit of a glitch, but he's still in there and hanging on to. And Martin Jacobs, watch out for him. He's now in the field, he's in the pack, he's in the battle. He is going to come through. Wayne very late in the brakes there. But at the moment, Mark du Toit in the lead, followed by Melvin Gous, followed by Sean Urifier. We see a car in the background there going off. Not sure who that was. Yet another car. I think that is the car of Martin Jacobs. So Martin Jacobs still up there. So this should be quite interesting as he comes through the field. And then winner of race 1, George Le Roux, now having got Wayne Mitten ahead of him, and a very, very quick Honda of Ken Elwood right behind him as another Honda. And look at this, Wayne Mitten now coming in attack from George Le Roux. Kia not holding back, he's going for the outside line, got to go for the undercut. We've seen him do this in the previous race. And look at Martin Jacobs now also has got his side step in there, or set in there, to try and keep up with the spec, and then always Marcus as well as Marcus Friesen. So sorry guys, getting used to the names. And we see Chantal Jager there. That was the car that I saw go off. Unfortunately, again, mechanical issues on a rig. And but look at this, George Le Roux on the rear bumper off. Oh, is he going to go for it? He's on the inside of Wayne Mitten. Ken Elwood there, right up with him, as is Martin Jacobs. A massive dive going on here, and the guys are absolutely not giving an inch. Look at that, bit of a touch there, and Ken trying to get through as hard as he possibly can. Martin Jacobs lining this one up. It seems like he has got a bit of a jitter at the moment, but this is an absolute fantastic dive. And Sean Urifier has quietly gone about his business, and he's up into 3rd place. So this is a battle for 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. Bumper to bumper racing going on here, and Wayne Mitten doing a superb job in that Honda, keeping Jeff behind him. Kian Elwood and Marcus Friesen now right up on top of each other, and this should be quite interesting as they go down the main straight to see what the slips does and also all that. But in the lead there we see Mark du Toit, followed by Melvin Gous in the bitstream Subaru, and then Sean Urifier. As I said, quietly going about his business, but look at this, Jeff Urifier has made up a position. Well, Wayne Mitten has actually gone off, so not sure what happened to Wayne. Wayne has made a mistake, but Jeff now under attack from Kian Elwood, and this is quite an interesting dice. We know Jeff was super quick in race 1, but now it seems like Kian has got the car dialed in, and he's giving Jeff a hard time at the moment. And look at that Honda keeping up and absolutely flying.
I must say the oval track guys are giving the the SRA guys a little bit of heat under the collar because it's close days racing here.
It's a
They're
fantastic.
quite fast.
They are absolutely
Close
very, very fast. And my eyes set up absolutely on these three guys. Martin Jacobs, I've seen his times. He's super, super quick, as is Kieran Elwood. And this is going to be a superb dice to watch. Up ahead, you can see Sean, and Sean Olivier is actually catching Melvin Gous. So Sean has now put the hammer down, getting used to the car, and it seems like Melvin Gous is catching up to Mark du Toit. So this is the battle for the lead. Three guys within a range of each other, and look at that, Sean right in the rear bumper. Can he keep in the slip there? We're going to watch this one as we're going to watch that one. Too much happening here at the moment. We've got a bigger field of view, so if we see anything happening, we will try and cross over to it. But look at that, George Le Roux, the Honda, just not able to catch up. Once you lose that slip, you can't get in there, and that's the case for Martin Jacobs as well. Very late in the brakes, you can see Sean up ahead, just about trying to make a move, and he couldn't pull that one off. But what a fantastic dice going on here. I think, guys, the battle for third place. George Le Roux absolutely flying, trying to catch up to Sean Olivier, and it does seem that he might be catching up. Mark du Toit here coming under a lot of pressure from Melvin Gous, and look at Sean Olivier. Sean Olivier now right behind him, and this might turn into a three-car battle. The guy's not taking any chances. The thing with the rear-wheel drives, they know their tires go off, and one slide and you lose about a second. So the guys really giving it their all, but not giving it too much. And look at that sideways action there from Mark du Toit. Mark du Toit is absolutely on the limit. In the background there, you can see the second set of battles. George Le Roux now pulling away from them, and this is allowing.
But the BMW being much stronger on the straights than the other cars, eh?
Yeah, it gets the power down out of the last corner, and that allows it to pull away ever so slightly. Whereas the front-wheel drive car seems to spin, but once they get into the twitches, they are quicker. And I do believe once we go to tracks like Zwartkops and so forth, it might be a very, very interesting battle, because that's where the front-wheel drives will thrive and the rear-wheel drives seems to struggle a lot. Oh, and a massive glitch there by Martin Jacobs. So Martin Jacobs struggling with internet issues, but he's hanging right in there with Kieran Elwood. But that's going to make the job for Kieran very, very tricky, because he's got to watch this car jumping around behind him, and you can see he's already concentrating on the car behind him instead of trying to chase down the car ahead of him, which is the car of George Le Roux. And a fantastic job here by Marcus Fraser, who's not falling back at all, as is Wayne Mitten. So the pace in the second race is absolutely astounding. The guys are super close to each other. They're not backing out like in race one and hanging back and seeing what's happened. They are absolutely pushing it and sticking together.
What's happening at the back of the pack? Can we maybe move to that?
Well, if you look at this, we've got Toni Rust here all on her own, struggling a bit. Martin Meintjes having returned. He's being chased down by Chantal de Jager. So let's see what happens here. Chantal de Jager now.
I think you need to skip that because of the brake pedals.
Oh yeah, we had a massive incident here. Well, fortunately it's sim racing, so we didn't have to call any helicopters in, even though they were flying around. Morne Fouche, unfortunately, yet another retirement. Tiernan Everson, he had a massive off, I do believe, and running all his own. Marco Klusen, yet again, not in a happy place. He's not pushing the car. He said before the race that he's just going to get the laps in, get used to the car, sort the setup, and I think that is exactly what he's doing at the stage. He might have had another off. I haven't spoken to him yet, but the action back up ahead. Melvin goes now, and Sean has fallen back, so Sean might have made a mistake. The two Subarus now running 1 and 2. Third place, Sean Olivier. Mark du Toit leading here. Melvin goes second. Third place, that's the car of Sean Olivier. Fourth place. And look at this, side by side. George Le Roux now catching up to Olivier. But look at this. Jacobs trying to get on the inside there, and he does pull it off. Jacobs now into fourth place, having passed Kieran Elwood. So Kieran has got his work cut out. And Jacob's got to work out how to try and catch Jeff, because we know as soon as Jeff gets away, he literally flies. I mean, he's the type of guy who passes pit crew and says, "Hi, my name's Jeff."
My name is Martin.
My name's Jeff. Anyway, guys, a lot of fun here, and Martin saying there he's the only one that likes to take turns that go right. Well, Martin, it shows here these guys are super fast and they're enjoying it. And we will also be enjoying your ovals tonight in the 1660s. After this, we've got to hop on, get out of this. We're trying to get done. We've got, well, less than 30 minutes to get into a server, hop into an oval card that I've never driven before, as is Moddy, and it is going to be fun.
But it is fun.
Yeah, we run at the back there.
That is all that's counting. That's all.
Back to
Have
the
to
lead.
have fun.
What's happening here, guys? And look at this. Melvin goes now on the rear bumper of Mark. And Mark slides.
Ooh.
Mark has lost some time there. Will this allow Melvin to get into the slip? Will this allow Jeff to get in there? Will this allow Sean to get in there? I mean, it's a top 4 battle. And look at George Le Roux in the background. George Le Roux in the roof of this BMW, coming right up there. He's absolutely flying. And let's not forget Martin Jacobs. Martin Jacobs in that BMW. This guy is absolutely on a roll. He's putting in the fastest times, even though up to this point Jeff has got the fastest time of the race. Now they did a 121 high in qualifying. For some reason the race they can't, at this race specifically, they're running mid 122, so the track has definitely gone has gone softer on them. I think we have some glitching errors. It might be the internet outside. I hope not. Just keep me posted on Chantel.
All looks good.
And look at this. Look at George Le Roux catching up, and Sean Olivier waiting for the right moment. This guy drives with his head, not his heart. And once he gets pressure, he will fight back. But one of the best drivers I've driven against, and which is why I've given him the livery of car gods, as he is absolutely amazing in sim racing. And you can see Mark Du Toit out of the last corner absolutely gets the power down the Subaru, but he has got a bit of what you might call it a nightmare coming up into the hairpin. He's quite early on the brakes, and you can see Sean and Melvin very, very late on the brakes, as is Jeff. Not sure if he's got the brake bias not set up right or his car set up. You can see them catching up right to the rear bumper of him. And then through the S's, Mark seems to mess it up ever so slightly. He touches the curb and the car just goes haywire. And that is losing him a lot of time and allowing the rest of the field to catch up. You can see Martin Jacobs now catching up. So this is turning into a massive battle. As I said, Mark touching the curb there onto the grass. And Melvin going for the inside there. Can he make it up? No, he has to back out of it. That allows Sean Olivier, and we've got to go in car with Sean Olivier. And this is the view he's got in the BMW. And you can see that hindering wiper as the speed goes up right in your view. What's going to happen here? Getting the power down. You can see Melvin sliding. That's allowing Sean Olivier to get right up the rear bumper. But Melvin now has got the slip of Mark Du Toit, and Sean is trying to run in his slip. George Le Roux, strangely, has fallen back, so he must have made a mistake. You can see the background in the mirror there. He's far, far away, flat out there, running at 222, 221, picking up again to 227, 230. And they're about out of breath at this stage, so slip is not going to help at this moment. Look at the braking point. Sean going on the inside, very, very late in the brakes. On the inside there, and again catching up right to Mark Du Toit there. Mark having his hand full at the moment. We're going to cross back to the live stream there. Just a glimpse of what the guys are going through. They are working their hearts out, and it seems like Sean is falling back, coming in, falling back. He knows that Sean is struggling, Melvin is struggling to get past him, and Sean is playing this one clever. He knows something's going to budge. And he's a clever old, well, not an old man, but he's a clever lad, and he's going to make the best of it. And now George Le Roux has managed to caught up to this one and putting pressure on the Sean. So Sean has now got to watch the far ahead as well as his back rear view mirror. As they get the power there, you see the roof of this car. And look at Sean. Look at that. Something has happened here. There was contact between Melvin Gous and Sean Olivier. Melvin Gous and Mark du Toit. Mark du Toit has fallen from first in one corner right down to fourth place. Sean Olivier has gone right up into the lead. So this is a massive change happening here in the closing laps. I think they've got 3 or 4 laps to go. So Mark du Toit having spun, well, not spun out, but he just lost traction, and that has allowed Martin Jacobs to catch right up to them. So for the lead, it's a 5-car battle. And look at Jeff. Jeff going forward. Jeff is going to go for the inside there. Melvin Gous letting the brakes there. Sean Olivier having none of it. Getting on the power. You see Melvin Gous landing around. Molly, these guys are absolutely giving it their most. I do not want to go to any other stream at the moment. I know there's a whole field out there, but this is his battle.
It's very close.
This is super, super close racing. Mark du Toit having fallen from first to fourth in one corner. Sean Olivier now in first place.
One small mistake and it's gone.
Well, I told you that look at Sean Olivier. He's not an old man, but he's not a youngster. His head screwed on right. Melvin trying to go there. Is he going to get the run? He's got to go for the inside. George Le Roux now putting pressure on Melvin. So a lot happening here. Melvin go for the inside. Sean is not going to have anything of it. He's going to go for the undercut. They're side by side. Yes, bit of a... and look at Sean. Jeff just lost it. And look at Martin Jacobs. Sean has lost it. Mark du Toit got caught up in that. What I was seeing was Martin Jacobs sliding the shit out of that BMW. Melvin Gous and Sean Olivier now side by side as they go through Potters. That is not going to be clever. Melvin backs out of it. But look at Martin Jacobs. Martin Jacobs is absolutely flying. He is really, really putting the hammer down. And you can actually see his car is super low compared to that of Sean Olivier. I just picked it up, strangely enough. He's running super low on that BMW. And Jeff is going to be kicking his ass at the moment. And look at this. Kieran Elwood, through all of this, Mark du Toit, I think he's burned out his tyres. He's lost yet another position. So Kieran Elwood now moving up into 5th place. Mark has dropped down to 6th place. He's not going to be a happy chappy. Adrian Gous also standing in the running after his retirement in race 1. Flashing lights with the camera, saying hi and just enjoying himself. But up ahead, look at this. It is absolutely... They've got 2 laps to go. And look at Martin Jacobs going for the inside, diving back to the outside. Melvin going to try and get it, slip out of that. And you see Subarus and both cars. These cars are struggling with grip. They're trying to get the grip down. They are all struggling. It seems like Sean at this stage has got the best grip left at the moment. You can see Melvin sliding. You can see Martin sliding. It is absolutely drift fest at the moment. And these cars do not have a lot of steering angle. But look at Martin Jacobs. We're going to go on board with him, see what he sees. And you can see Martin Jacobs there going for the inside, now back to the outside, turning it in, trying to get the power down. Bit of a glitch there. He's actually struggling a lot with the internet issues. And the BMW catching up. You can see the power. The BMW absolutely powerful on this track.
But the BMW does not like the turns, the corners.
It doesn't like the curves. It literally hops around. And look at that. You can see Martin having to work really, really hard to get this car just to work for him. Goes to the Subaru of Melvin Gous in car yet again on the rear bumper. Trying to go for the turn in, getting on the power. Oh, and you can see the tyres just not there. Sean pulls away. So Melvin having got no answers at this stage for the car of Sean Olivier. And look at this, Martin Jacobs right up there. George Le Roux also now catching up. So Jeff, having made a mistake, he will be content with 4th, but he's not going to be happy. Guys, they're into the final lap. What's going to happen here? Is it going to be Melvin extremely right in the brakes there? Sean Olivier giving it his utmost best. And Martin Jacobs, he wants that second place. He wants that win. George Le Roux, he's thinking about the points. He knows he's got to just get to the finish. He's not going to catch up to them. And look at that. Martin over the curbs there. This is an absolute massive battle for the lead. If Sean just slides wide, it's going to be game over. Look at Martin. He's driving that car like a drift car. Absolutely sideways, sliding all over the place. Absolutely fantastic racing going on here. I love it. Oh, as they go to the corner there, the BMW. Oh, and he slides out. He loses the rear end again. And that's going to cost him a lot of time.
Wonderful.
He might have lost it. And Sean Olivier hung on to this. As I said, a wise old man. He takes the win. Melvin goes in second place. Third place there, Martin Jacobs, who put up a spectacular show. Fourth place, George Le Roux. Absolutely fantastic drive. I do believe, Marcus Fraser, wonderfully done. Fifth place. Sixth place, welcome back to the track, Mr. Wayne Mitten. I didn't say Wayne Mitten this time. We see Chris too, Mike is crossing the line there. And Toni Rust there into the final corner. Her first ever league event coming to an end. And I do believe she loved it. Followed there by Martin Meintjes in the Opel Astra car, looking superb in that green livery. And fantastic racing. I mean, guys, that was absolutely what a jewel. What a jewel. Unfortunately, one of the quick guys, Marcus Knudsen, just getting the car to the end. He had two horrible races. Wrong place, wrong time. It was proper touring car racing, and he just pulls into the pits, having finished the race. But that was it. And Maria, I think, from our point of view, yes, fair bit of incidents, fair bit of argy-bargies, but fantastic racing in all. And it's fantastic to see the oval guys mixing it with the circuit guys. And
we'll struggle with the oval track.
Yeah,
something completely different.
It's a completely different ball game. And next up we've got I do believe, which might be a front wheel drive track, which is
yes,
Swartkops.
Yes.
And we forgot about one track which we didn't add into the league, and we're going to throw the curveball here. We're going to bring in with Lichtenberg still being in development, we're going to bring back Aldous Kerwanti, which is also going to be a front wheel drive track. I think the only remaining rear wheel drive track at this stage might be Toni Rust and Kailami.
Yes.
For Kiza, all those tracks front wheel drive, so it might turn the tables completely. And I'm glad to hear that Toni will be racing after having thrown her dad out of the rig. We missed Michael on the grid. But we've got to give the youngsters a chance. And coming towards this weekend, we've got a 9-hour endurance race coming up. Not too sure how many people's going to join, but it's going to be a superb race. Anyways, for those of you who joined, guys, I thank you. Maury, I thank you for joining the commentating booth. Unfortunately, Ryan Ludwig, my regular, still sorting some stuff out at home, and I'm not really able to join us, but he will be back in a bit. And I've actually had a message from George Le Roux saying he will join us in the commentating booth, and I think that would be awesome. And if we can get Cleopas to join back in, that would be perfect. But
Cleo is absolute treat. He's a fun guy.
We can get to the point where we hand over the talking duties to them, and we will just be doing the stream and the cameras. But guys, thank you for joining. Superb racing at the Vivid IT and Friends Touring Car League. We've got about 5 different groups drivers joining now, and the guys are having an absolute blast. Obviously, as we said earlier, It's tricky once you get onto the track for the first time having to race together. But you can see the guys evolving, getting used to each other, and they actually talk in the race. I mean, there used to be a full-out ban on you're not allowed to talk. It's gotten to the point where the guys talk to each other, look out, watch out, no arguments, and it's working, and it's fun. So for all of those sitting here and listening to my cuck, thank you for joining, thank you for watching. Molly, thank you for your assistance. Do send the older link, and I think Martin is on racing tonight, so hopefully we might get a stream out of the SAOL tonight if it's a good race, and put it on SRI just to see how cuck we are on the ovals, because we do suck.
Nice.
Now, I mean, hello, we were 14 cars on Thursday, and I ended up in 15th. So, believe me, guys, when I say oval track racing with SAOL, these guys are super fast. Absolutely
And they're fun.
fantastic. Yeah, they're fun.
They are fun, guys.
But guys, thanks for joining. We will see you next Monday with a coverage of the Swartklops Raceway in the Vivid IT Touring Cars League, as I would like to call it as of now, the Vivid IT and Friends Touring Car League, because we're getting in a lot of guys from different groups, and it's great to see it. And they all bring their own bit of experience and tactical help and so forth. Anyways, not any more shit talking. Boys, thanks for joining, thanks for watching. We'll be seeing you in 7 days. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.